Hello, everybody. I am guessing that you guys are hopefully seeing an ad right now. Let me actually go ahead and get in on my own stream just so that I can keep up with like the experience for you guys, all of that. So, where's my channel? Here we go. Lovely. Okay. Ad is playing. Guys, we are giving our little Fundie fam a horse ranch makeover. I'm so excited to be able to do this. We're going, let's see here. Oh, I see there are four of you guys in chat. Thank you so much. If you guys would not mind, if you haven't already, go ahead, like the stream. This just lets YouTube know that others do like it. Others might want to watch it. So it'll recommend it out to more folks. So guys, I can't wait. I can't wait to get in. I can't wait to give them their makeovers. We are going to go to Chestnut Ridge after we give just our fam their makeover. And we're going to set up like a spot, like a destination spot. You guys are going to get to know just a weeny bit of the next episode that I film. It's paused. Okay, perfect. So we're going to turn testing cheats on. Excuse me, testing cheats on. And while I'm doing this, how is everybody's week gone? How's everyone's weekend going? Hi, Maddie K. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Doggo. How are you? Guys, I have some exciting news. I'll wait till like everybody has a chance to get in. But I'm so stoked about this. It's not Fundie related. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to modify and cast. We're going to give everybody a Chestnut Ridge makeover. And then we're going to go over. Hi, Jacob. How are you? I saw in the last, like the comments of the last stream, that you had finished a mod that was kind of Fundie related. So I'm excited. Okay, we've got to be able to give our little kiddos a Chestnut Ridge makeover. We are going to go ahead and do a little bit of building in this stream in Chestnut Ridge that, you know, a lot that would be kind of perfect to maybe build a cult following with in, you know, maybe our next move. We'll see. I poured boiling water on my finger, so no games for me. Ouch. Oh my gosh, Maddie. Hi, Alley Cat. How are you? So Berg and Athena are elders now. Oh my goodness. It's amazing how quickly time flies with these things. Hi, Kaylee. How are you? How is your week gone? I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay. Y'all, I am not made up at all for this stream. I had intentions of doing like little braided pigtails and like having like a cutesy little like Western shirt. None of that happened. It is blazing hot here and we've been doing like housework and all this stuff. Okay, what am I doing? Let's get ourselves some makeovers. I don't know. I think I'm probably going to focus on our 4 eldest, maybe 5 eldest in the family. I've put some skin details on James. They're all in their jammies right now. That's annoying, actually. Just so that we can like, I don't know, like he's aging. He's still a young adult, right? But he's had 5 children right now. He's trying to have more. He has all sorts of financial stress. The man, you know, he's allowed some bags under his eyes. All right. All of the spiritual financial weight is on his shoulders, you guys. So I'm pretty happy actually with his look for Chestnut Ridge. We might switch these jeans a little. He's got a secondary outfit without his hat on, but I think I might add just another outfit. The poor guys in my saves get the shaft when it comes to clothing. I hear you. My week's been difficult, but the Josephs are back. Yes. I love to see the shenanigans. What are we getting up to? You know what? This next episode is going to have some shenanigans. I don't want to blow it too much, but like we'll see when we get into build mode kind of what some of the shenanigans could be. I won't reveal all of them though. Well, I made one and then something broke. Oh, and I don't know how to fix it. But the custom lot trait for Watcherite Temple, yes, it still works. That's amazing. So please tell me, like, what does the Watcherite Temple do? Like, tell chat what the Watcherite Temple does. Let's filter by Horse Ranch. I'm so sorry. I just had dinner. Had some root beer. So if I'm a little burpy, that's why. I'll try to keep it to myself. So what would James wear? Almost all of these are Fundie approved. I'm so excited for the cast for Horse Ranch, not for the reason that all normal people are. I'm so excited because my Sims get more choices. Like, there's no way we could argue that the Watcher doesn't like this. The Watcher loves this. It's a button down, right? We do have some pockets. Those might be a little risque. But look, the clavicle is covered. It's so nice. Like, look at this. It's, this one isn't tucked in, so we can get real nitpicky and not like it. But, this, like, look at this. It's a bolo. You up to here? Like, by the way, I'm playing the Fundie challenge on the PS3. Nice. Absolutely nice. Kelsey, I'm also doing so. Yes. See, I think all simmers are simmers. And with our PlayStation folks, like, it's important to me to model, like, any challenge in a way that could be done vanilla. Oh, that is so cool. I love this so much. I want him to be a little bit more buttoned up for Chestnut Ridge for a specific reason. I think he's going to take a little bit more of a leadership role, or try to take more of a leadership role. He's still going to have a whole farm and stuff. Oh, look at this. To do. This looks like a Cartwright jacket to me. And to get underway. But on top of that, I think he wants to cultivate a community. Oh my gosh, Allie, that would be hilarious. Oh, Allie, I'm sorry, I missed this. Honestly, I think Opal will use Chestnut Ridge to leave the faith. She'll be all like, send me, I'll start the church, and then just never show up. You know what? Chestnut Ridge, I'm thinking, is going to be an answer to her prayers. I don't think Opal prays at this point. But it's going to be an answer to her prayers in a way that maybe she didn't see. So, oh, look at this. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, how do I want him to look? I do think I liked... Oh, this one's cool. That looks very... This one looks to me almost like it has, like, not Native American, but... like South American influences in Western culture, Western clothing is very influenced by Native American. It's very influenced by the South American textiles, designs, those kinds of things. And that kind of breathes this. This is almost Salvadoran to me. I think this is more for like if you're writing in a show, maybe. So I don't want that necessarily. I think he's not a jeans jacket guy to me. I think, where's the one that I really liked? It was like more put together a little bit. Maybe this one, although the bolo is a little haphazard, that might lead to an eye trap, but we'll be fine. Oh, this one. This is the one that I liked for his everyday. James looks great in whatever you put him. I know. James is, listen, is he a patriarch? Yes. Is he, does he have power that's a little bit unchecked? Yeah. Does Bethy love him? Yeah. Even if they weren't in the faith, I think she would still be attracted to him. So I think James is a, easier guy for her to make all these kids with. We'll just put it that way. Ignoring all of the massive problems there are in order to get these children here. Just from like a carnal standpoint. She's like, no, this works for me in this respect at least. Chestnut Ridge very much feels like a world that would have someone go to found a church in. Yes, hi Dorios, how are you? Guys, check out Dorios' streams. Check out Dorios' Let's Plays. He's got a couple going. He has the Ultimate Decade Challenge that is coming back. truck. I'm so excited. He's had a really great one on Horse Ranch, so it's been a really great look into the pack. But yes, Chestnut Ridge definitely sounds like, or seems like a world of new beginnings. Like they want to leave their old past behind. You know, maybe they left because they were unsavory characters. Maybe they left because they got a, religious awakening or manufactured a religious awakening. Who knows? These jeans are cute if you are in the city, but our Sims are going to fit right in, right? I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. It's very hot here in Minnesota, very muggy in Minnesota, and I've been working not all day. I've been doing housework. My husband has been doing yard work. We're sweaty and gross and what. So I'm very excited to be down in my nice, cool basement, streaming, doing all the things that, make me happy with a clean house now. So there's that. I'll tell you what, James has gotten thick with 2Ks. He is, we're loving the dad bod. I think he's got some muscle under there too. But all the pregnancies have been hard on him. I think he's gaining sympathy weight. So hopefully that'll make it so that he keeps his mouth shut to his wife, because his faith absolutely gives him free reign to be like, excuse me, honey, you're putting on a few. So hopefully James is like, you know what? It's just proof that we love each other. We're happy. I don't know. They say that happier people weigh a little bit more anyway. So we'll just say it's that. I live near Minnesota and I swear it's hot up here. It is. Oh my gosh, it is. Everywhere is like, it would be cold if you were moving up north. Instead, I'm sweating. I know. Oh, I know. I used to live in Arizona. And there is no heat like Arizona heat. Oh my gosh, I promise. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that James and Bethy would move anywhere without physically going to preview it first for their children. I think they learned with their last, good intentioned visit that maybe they need to screen these things first. This looks ridiculous on him. Why does this look so tall? The hat itself, that portion looks so big. But I don't find that on other Sims. James, I think you might have a weirdly shaped head, sir. I mean, you make beautiful children, but you have a weirdly shaped head and we love you for it. Also, I think Amy will invite Skylar to church with her. Skylar will be the first person to straight up tell her no. You know what? I believe that of Skylar. Skylar will be like, thank you. That's so nice. Not in a million years. Not your church, girl. Why don't you come to mine? I think that Amy would be completely confounded that she knows that there's other faiths, but if Skylar and her family belonged to a church, I think it would be an affirming church. This I don't hate still. Did we get... No, we didn't get any with Horse Ranch, I don't think. Not specifically for Horse Ranch. But I think they would belong to an affirming church. And for those that don't know, I'm sure many of you do, but I had no vocabulary for that. An affirming church is a church that does not regard homosexuality or anything other than being straight and cisgendered as a sin. So you can still hold paid positions, volunteer positions. You can pastor, you can preach, you can lead classes and committees and, all of that stuff. You're not a second-class church citizen. And different faiths call it different things. In the faith that I belong to, in the church that I go to, we call it affirming. There are other words for it depending on your denomination and your area. So whatever that word is for whatever Skylar and her family belong to, if they do belong to a church, I don't know that they do, but if they do, then I think it would be affirming. And I think that would blow Amy's mind. And I think at first it would shock her. She'd be like, oh, I really have to pray for you now. You're being led astray by the devil. I think that would be what happened. Oh no, the heat is not fun. It's cool down here. But that came with a tornado warning. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I hope you're safe. So could do without that. Absolutely. Usually when they ask people to accompany them, they beat around the bush or at least act thankful. Not Skylar. Skylar will tell her no to her face and Amy will love it. Yes. Quick question. How are we going to be dealing with the marriages? So, I don't know why I assumed that our marriages would be like, I don't know why I assumed we were going to get boys first. I did. I assumed that we would have boys and that I would be sort of driving, I would be in the household that would be the driving force for the marriages. So I thought that we would be, first personing all the courting. We're not. Our oldest are daughters. With Jasper, we will be, but it's going to take a minute. The weddings are going to be, I'm going to do my best from the driver's seat, from the Joseph's perspective. I think I might have to fudge it or hop households, in order to ask for one of the girls' hand in marriage. Spoiler alert, only one of the girls is getting or considering marriage at this point, and it may not be who you think. And red. I like red for him. He's been a blue guy for me. Why don't I keep him blue? Because his son is red, is like the reds and the oranges. I think Jasper, from an aesthetic perspective, is going to just fit in so well from Chestnut Ridge. But I think that we'll be doing that. Any runaways, obviously their parents want them to be married, but they don't have to. They just have to get to an adult status. They would stay in the house until they were teens. Or if your storyline is like, hey, they got rescued out of it, then great. They just have to not be dead by the time they're an adult. They have to not be unalived by the time that they're an adult. And then I'm playing that they still count for the 100. You could do a hard mode and do 100. They have to all be fundies. Like they only count if they're fundies. I'm not going to do that. I want, if you look out in the real world, the numbers are not good. He has some massive hair on his legs. I mean, I don't hate it. I just wow, he's a hairy beast. He's going to hate it in Chestnut Ridge. It is hot, but it also gets apparently very cold. So I think this is still going to be fine for his swimwear. His hot weather wear, let's give him another option, a more Chestnut Ridgey option. These aren't going to cut it. This is trying to lead women astray with his biceps. The fact that he has them, he's supposed to keep that under wraps. He also, you see how low this neckline is? They'd be showing off his man cleavage. Oh, horrible. Maybe that would pass, but I feel like they would get petty about the vest and the lines that it draws to, although I don't think that they're quite as strict on the men. But, equality. So we're going to be equally ridiculous to both genders in this game. Skylar is agnostic. Her parents are both Baptist adjacent, but left shortly after they became adults. Oh, okay, that's good. Watcher affirming? Ooh, let's see. Quick question. Watcher affirming. Well, they all affirm, at least in our save, they would all affirm a watcher. Maybe if they are of a different religion, they would affirm another deity, but they would all be watcher affirming. Skylar's agnostic, don't worry. I also assumed Luna, the firstborn Berg and Athena, would be a boy, but I got twin boys after her. Yes, absolutely. In my mind, Mitchell left shortly after he went on a mission trip and just saw how white saviory it was. Yes. You know what? You can't control the revelations that your babies have away from you. There's actually, for that reason, there is a really big kind of push away, I guess. You know what? Let's take off the hot weather. We're going to put on the horse ranch again. There's a big push away from letting them do anything social, because I think I brushed on it. Like, it's really hard to be afraid of people that just aren't that scary. And, they might fall away, and they might, just be normal humans and have normal human experiences, and then go, you know what? These people aren't any dirtier or seedier than I am. They don't have worse convictions than I do. And a lot of them really do believe very fervently in a deity, or in my deity, in my God. They just don't have all the baggage that I do. And that's a dangerous thing if you're in a cult. Like, you can't have any other way than your own. Ooh, that's cool. I like that a lot. You can't have any other way but your own. You have to sell the people that this is the only way to believe, or they could be darned to the trash bin, in our save file. So that's like mission trips. They will go, but they'll go with their families, or with lots of their families, or with other trusted families that will also control their influences, and control their experiences. So, I'm so sorry. Whew, that root beer's coming up to get me. I don't remember what his boots were. These are awful nice detailing. We'll keep him there. It's fine. He can have more than one outfit. This is his everyday wear for cold weather. I don't think I'm going to change too awful much, to be honest. I'm still going to go with the same vibes. But like this one, I was so excited when I saw this, because that's what I was trying to get with the last outfit. I was really trying to get something like this. I was so excited when I saw this. I think I'm only going to do that and like update his hat. That's it. Darned to the trash bin. Yes. So I, growing up in a faith like I did, with parents who were influenced by, whose faith was shaped by people who were influenced by, Gothard and the like. Again, they were not Fundies, but it's surprising how much of like evangelical faith in this country has been influenced by Gothard, how much the IBLP have touched. Like this, parents whose faith was shaped undeniably by this. We had so many substitution words. So we weren't cursing, but we were cursing. Like, come on. So yeah, darned. And we could get away with that because, to darn is to knit. Like if you darn a sock, but it started with the same letter and it had the same amount of words. So, I make separate saves for the young adult Sims. Ooh, as soon as it happens and play their stories. Yes, I have the Sims kids as soon as they yes, I save the Sims kids as soon as they become. Oh, that's so cool. Like how many? Okay. Then question for you, Kelsey, how many save files do you have so far? Because like, I would love to do that. But I would lose track so quickly, I feel, especially trying to do it the way that I am. Once they move out, I think we'll do them in live streams. But other than that, we're going to be like, okay, well, this is the story we've set up for them. We'll catch them in the lives, but we got a family narrative to do. Okay, so Bethley, my dear, if your husband is feeling that he's felt a pull from the Watcher to go do something radical in the name of faith, you, ma'am, are going to have to dress the part. I am so excited by this outfit. I'm so excited by this outfit. It is like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, this looks very school teachery. Like if I wasn't playing the way that I was like, this is just the epitome of like, I don't know. She just looks like a mom and a school teacher all at the same time. The only beef that I have from it, from the perspective that I'm playing with, is that the dress is not long enough. But for modern day Fundies, this is fine. So I'm so excited by all the things in this save. We are going to put some leggings under it, because, um, we love our watcher and and we're going to show how grateful we are by only, you know what? I can't even make leggings show up under this. Okay, fine. This is just going to have to be it. I don't know how I feel about that, but maybe we can make boots sort of cover it. Where is everything here? Okay, so Horse Ranch. Those are cute. Oh, these are such cute boots. But they have little baubles, so we all know that's of the devil. Yes, okay, I like this. I like this a lot. The Watcher affirming was in reference to the affirming church. Yes. Hi, Lucifer. He said, be right back. Wonderful. And you're back now. Perfect. Darn to the trash bin. I think cheese and crackers was my grandma's go-to. You know what? I've heard cheese and crackers. What was another one that I really liked? Fudge was too close. I couldn't say fudge. And by the way, I won't say it on stream. And I tend to not use very harsh language at all on YouTube as a YouTube presence, because you're just aware that you don't know who you're going to be in front of. And while it's not my responsibility to parent other people's children, the graphics of this game are what they are. And this is probably going to show up in some kids' feed. Ooh, do we have... I'm forgetting what the hairs are for this pack. I kind of want to get... Oh my goodness, this is so cute, but I feel like this is more appropriate for her daughters. Yes, I do. I feel like this is more appropriate for her daughters. This might be kind of perfect for her, because it's like up and neat. Although, I feel like her husband would want her hair long. So I don't think Horse Ranch is really going to help us out here. But maybe we could channel our inner, 80s. I don't know. This is kind of cute. Oh, we could do this one. I don't mind that one at all. And it's got a cute little braid down the side. I think I like it. Okay, this is going to be our everyday. I don't think she's going to wear a hat. Yeah, I don't think Bethy's a hat-wearing kind of sim, I just don't think that's her. Yeah, no. She's not. If they had a bonnet, like a cute little bonnet, I might try to work it in, but they don't. I don't mind this for her, what do you call it? Her, not church wear, her formal wear. This one, she can't ride a horse in this. Does anyone know how long skirts look on horses? It's not applicable to literally anyone else's game, but it is to mine. That's a very important question. So far, four for the main one have moved out to make sure I didn't just wipe them out of existence. Third one for Luna Gaston, her kids. Oh, wow. And then one for Kenboshi and her son, and her soon-to-be husband, Charles. Oh, my goodness. Love the boost. I know, the little... I love that hairstyle. I just haven't found a really appropriate place to use it. So, okay. I'm going to leave this for now. I think we're going to leave that for now. Ooh, what are we doing? Excuse me. I was not done with that. I don't hate this. I don't think we got anything particularly horsey themed or Western themed for sleep. Hello, Henford. How are you? The Henford hen is in the house, guys. You could just pretend she was riding side saddle. We can pretend that. This, I think, has to change. Or maybe not. Maybe it's fine. We don't really get an opportunity to see this much, but, let's say our husband is starting his own church. I think we're going to see it more. There's her swimwear. I don't mind that. Her hot weather wear. This I want to give some more love to. These, I was heartbroken that this was not long enough and that this neckline went down so low, because for sure Sims can't use it. But first of all, this is so stinking cute. So stinking cute. And my Simmies can't wear it. Maybe this one, although that little sweetheart neckline would be a no-go. This would be kind of perfect. I love a jean jacket moment for them. That's something that excites me a lot. This, it's a little too short. This is a lot too short, but let's give her a little, this. Oh, okay. I love this. I love this so much. And no, the frills would not be okay with it. But I'm just not seeing them. That's it. That's what's going to happen. I just don't see them. This would definitely not fly because of little details on the pockets, but I don't understand how having details on the pockets are not okay, but having like buttons literally down your woohoo area is fine. Like at the end of the day, it's all just splitting hairs and preferences. So I think horse riding would not be allowed for women at all. That's a good point. Leaders ride horses. What does she think she's like? Who does she think she's leading? That's right. Certainly not anything where it could be a man. Oh no. That is why women cannot, in certain circles, cannot preach in churches, because they are not to be an authority over men. I remember discussing with some family members, and they were like, so, do you believe in women preaching? And I was like, well, yes, I'm an affirming Christian. So the patriarchy kind of falls when you do that. Like the whole need for a male-female structure falls. You just have, it's just your own faith at this point. Like you're on the hook for it all. You don't have anyone else to blame. And that, I remember going to my church for the first time. Walking in, I knew it was affirming. I actually searched, I Googled churches in my area that allow gay people, because I was really at a point where I was like, look, if I can't worship with what I felt was the whole body, I'm not going. I can have a faith outside of my church. That's fine. And there were some that came up, and I went, and what was actually harder for me wasn't that I was worshiping with possibly non-straight Christians, because just because they believe that doesn't mean that that's what's in the seat. And it's really weird to introduce yourself as like, hi, I'm Erin, I'm new, I'm straight, what about you? Like that's just a weird line of questioning. What was harder for me was that we had a female preacher, and I had a moment in the pew where I was like, okay, Erin, this is ridiculous. Like this is the way, like you don't believe this. You don't. If you did, that would be one thing, but you don't believe in this. Just be quiet and receive what you believe the Lord has to tell you today. Like, just be grateful. Alley Cat, I love horses. I would want to ride a horse if I didn't have a cricket. Oh no. The horses I've actually ridden before. They are fun. I am terrified of heights. If they weren't so darn tall. That's part of the allure though. Okay, so Opal. Opal, I think we'll get her ready, because who knows where she's going to go in life, right? The Alley Cat, could women and girls ride bikes at least? Because Chestnut Ridge is very horse-sized, yes, and walking everywhere is going to tire the girls out. That for sure is. Not having cars is... Okay, listen, hear me out. I understand not cars, but could we not have had a buggy? Like, what about like a carriage? I understand that the principle stands that like, no, that wouldn't work because it'd be too close to cars and everybody would be all upset about cars. But like, it would have fit so well. And in my personal storytelling, I understand that the Sims team has a much larger audience, but in my personal storytelling, that would have been perfect. Absolutely perfect. Not to mention ultimate decades challenges or decades challenge players. Like, oh, wouldn't it be so great? Let's see. Opal, how are you going to present yourself to the world, ma'am? What is this going to say about your countenance? What would be an opal themed shirt? I almost want to put opal in this. She's like, look, I know you don't like it, but it technically ticks all the boxes. I know you can see her clavicle. But I think I am. I think I am going to put her in this. Opal is white. Whites with like pastels, some pinks. That's adorable, but she for sure would not be allowed to wear it. Not in her parents' house. Ooh, that's so pretty. Yeah, this is absolutely adorable. We'll go with white. I also realized that I gave her mom and her the same skirt. I can't get away from it because they're just so, like, what they can wear is so limited. There's repeats. Ironically, the first time I've ever ridden a horse was at a church event. Oh, that's so cool. Looking back, I feel a bit bad for it because it was in the middle of Vacation Bible School week and there were so many children. You know what? Get your horse on. Kelsey. So in order to change Kinboshi's last name from Koopa to Puppington, I love that last name. I decided to be a bit scandalous and have them elope, which means she doesn't get to wear the wedding dress. You know what? Kind of loving that. This does not match, does it? No, the style does not look great. There are some cute jeans that would be beautiful with this, but she can't wear them. Oh, there's a plane swatch. Oh my gosh. The Sims team watches the Fundie Baby Challenge, y'all. Oh my gosh, look at this. They for sure do not. They do not. And I don't know if they'd be 100% comfortable if they would be like, I'm sorry, what are you using our game to do? Like, with this challenge, all hopes of ever being a game changer out the window, and I totally would understand why. Like, listen, we got reamed for what we did with Snowy Escape and the little praying thing. Could you please just not? Oh, that's so cute, but she can't wear it because it shows that she has a chest. Back to the drawing board. You have no idea how many times this happens. Like, I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is a good, oh, wait, no, never mind. That would just never fly. Maybe this, but that's a lot of boring detail. Ooh. Oh, this is so Little House on the Prairie, and I love it so much. I don't know, guys. I have a story that I made for The Sims 4. You do? Oh my goodness. Emma Gaming, please tell me. I may allow it later. Every family has different symbol interpretations. That's really smart. Millie, I didn't say hi to you. You've been in for a while. Actually really disappointed that they didn't add Buggy as my neighbor's a wife and husband team used to do it competitively. Yes. I forget what they're called. It's a very low buggy that you sit in and your horse has to like really quickly, it's not a trot, it's not a canter, it's a very special gait that they do. And I forget what the competition's called, but that would have been perfect. Like, you know, just next time the Sims make a pack, hit me up, you know? Let's see. Cool, Emma. What the baby is saying its first words, said Dad Pomeranian. The puppy, tried to escape, but he couldn't. He was stuck with his parents. A few moments later, German Shepherd and Corgi were coming over to their house. He was grounded. Then the cat climbed up the window, said, that's really cool. Rena, yes, a chariot. Oh, we could have gone so Roman with it. Like, you could have done so many things. I know that they wanted to say Western focused. I know that. And they had to have known that what they were doing was helping out those Decades players, and I appreciate them for it. This is, I don't know if I love this, but this is Opal's everyday. White boots are probably not super practical, so I'll just give her really pale ones. Or like little gray ones. Oh, that's cute. Opal, ma'am, how about... See, part of it, Opal is not striking me as like a, yeah, let's go to Chestnut Ridge for real. I'm going to live there for sure. Kind of sim. Like, that's just not Opal to me. She wants to get the heck out of Dodge. She wants to, experience the world. Ooh, that's so pretty on her. I love her face shape with that. She wants to experience the world. She, I think, feels like she's had enough of this sort of country subsistence living. I think she would want to go, yeah, we'll do this. I think that she would want to go pretty much as far away from the life that she was raised from as possible. Now, Amethyst, my dear, you're in your jammies. Let's move you. Is there a place y'all suggest that I could upload a lot trade if you want it? I know that Tumblr is a really popular one that people will use. That would be my suggestion. I use a lot of CurseForge now, but I don't know what goes into getting your mod or your CC on CurseForge. But I do know that if you're a modder, you can apply. So I would probably start with Tumblr, because you can make like a little page, something there. And then try to branch out from there. But the older Pomeranian has a name. His name will be Cheese. I love that. Okay, so I think Amethyst would be willing to go wherever her parents sent her. I think that she would go without question. I think that there's quite a lot of doctrine centered. This is kind of perfect for her. Centered around like, hey, if you're asked to do something by an authority figure that you don't want to do, that you're scared to do, that you get the impression is maybe something that you maybe shouldn't even be doing. If your authority figure, if your watcher given authority figure is the one asking you to do it, well, then that's it. That's all the thinking you need to do. The way that you honor the watcher is to obey them without question, even if what they're asking you to do goes against what you feel like the watcher has said in the symbol, anything like that. So it's put into this doctrine to not trust yourself, to only, I'm going to get the dark hair off of her. Because to be honest, it makes it very hard for, there we go. It makes it very hard for screenshots because like I've got her hair, and the editing program that I use to remove the background also removes her hair. So it just looks weird if you squint and you look at it hard. So, okay, we're good there. I like this for Opal. I think that's really cute. So I think that even if Opal was scared, she would have been coached to say that, like, look, I know you don't want to move. I know that this is everybody that you've ever grown up around, begun to trust. She and Mateus are courting. Neither of them are really into it, but they're at least respectful of each other, which is more than I think that she's thought she was going to get. So she would have to start courting pretty much all over again or marry him right away. And I don't think that she's ready to do that. She wants to stay in her parents' house for longer. I don't think that she, but she would be told that, well, you're only thinking this because you're being tempted by Satan. This is a test. And if you will just do it happy, if you keep sweet the whole time, then you're really honoring the watcher. And you will be paid back tenfold any suffering that you've had. So, yeah, poor Amy. And, Opal is questioning all of it. And Amy, I think, feels more pressure even to question none of it because, well, Opal's questioning is just a test, and maybe she can believe enough for the both of them and save Opal's soul. So this poor girl. BTW, Luna and Gaston. Let's see. Is there a place? Luna and Gaston had triplet boys. I called Gaston Jr., Gilbert, and Gaston Jr. Jr. Yes, after Descendants. And she got pregnant again before it was okay to do so. Ooh, how did that happen? Would you consider having one of the boys join the military career? I know that patriotism is a big part of fundamentalism, and I was curious as to if you would play with. You know what? I wouldn't mind it at all. I'm gonna have to think that'll probably be in after this generation, because this first generation I want to do it as mod free as possible. I am, like I said, I'm adding MC Command Center. We don't need any baubles around our neck. Okay, we're fine. MC Command Center, I think, you know what, girl? We need to get you a wedding dress. I think MC Command Center I've done because I want to be able to have enough like pet slots, but I'm not going to do anything that would up our sim slot, if that makes sense. Like, I will only add as many to the household as it would take to have 2 parents, the 6 kids, and then any slots after that would only be for pets. So that one, I think, because of the way that I'm running homeschool, unless I just decide that, hey, they go to homeschool or they go to like a parochial school, that might be how I do that. And then I can start having off-lot careers. That would be, this looks very Mormon to me. Like, very chic, by the way. If you have this is very popular style. But this, to me, when I saw this dress in my wedding stories, I was like, ooh, this seems like this fits all modesty standards. Except that there's stuff up around, her chest. Oh. So I think for further generations or for future generations, yes, we're going to start having off-lot careers, because then I will be able to download a specific mod that lets me keep kids home from school but still have parents go to work. So that'll be fun. Also, I played with Absence Day finally. It was great. Their fun needs were awful. But that's what the day of mourning is all about. Oh my goodness. I played with Absence Day. They were miserable. It was amazing. That I totally get it. They hated it, but they loved it. It was great. So tell me a little bit more about Absence Day, if you don't mind, because I don't remember that one. I remember you talking about it, but I don't remember the specifics of it. That they were mourning for something, or like atoning for sins. Was that it? This is not an updo. I need this one. Yes. From my wedding stories. Perfect. If she does end up getting married, this will be her fit. Can we do, well, her color doesn't matter because she has to be white as snow. No interpretations for this. No white on the dress, because that might imply that she was not pure going into it. Absolutely ridiculous. But there you go. I also gave Rosa an electric litter box. Yes. So it wouldn't affect Kinboshi, any future kids she would have. Yes. You know what? Cats, I think the only downside, if you want to call it that, is cleaning a litter box for cats. So I love that the Sims are like, no, this is an electric one. You never have to touch it. That's amazing for me. Let's see. Okay, we're fine there. How about our church outfit? Let's see. What's Horse Ranch have for us? I don't think anything super appropriate, but Doesn't mean we can't try. Could you imagine? This one would not fly because of, it would look like it was sexualizing because of the suspenders and all of that. This is so cute, but she can't wear it. This is legit what her mom wears, so we're not doing that. Although she would definitely match, of any of the girls, Amethyst would love to match her mom. I think she looks up to her mom quite a bit. So, let's see. This is so cool. I love this jacket so much. She can't wear it, but I love it. Maybe this one would be appropriate with a cute skirt. Not that one. We've already established that that's not okay. That's not going to fly. Black? Not black. My Sims don't have a Jesus figure. Absence Day is the day the Watcher turned their back on Simkind. Oh, chaos obviously ensued. So my Sims can't do anything fun related to mourn its absence. Very nice. So like, is the Absence Day the day the Watcher turned their back on civilization? Is that kind of how they explain the Dark Ages, or do they not even bother going back that far? See, I want to do this so bad, but I don't know. Let's get rid of Horse Ranch. Let's go through all the skirts. I've got a cute Horse Ranch top, so we can do another skirt if we can just get one that's long enough. That's not the worst, but it's also not, well, that's straight up gray. Might as well, you know? Oh, wait. Oh, this could be promising. Is there a purple? There's not really a purple swatch. This does kind of go together, though. That's so cute. Okay. Noted. In my brain. Got it. Oh, that's so cute, too. Okay. I have been starting other saves just so that I can play with the normal clothes. Like, oh, okay. Then on Sunday, they throw a whole celebration because the Watcher came back and the Seeker was able to intercede for them. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Not necessarily like the Dark Ages, more like good for, oh, I see. Okay. All right. Perfect. So that makes a lot of sense. So the atonement for all of that was that the Watcher completely turned their back and just let whatever happen may. So, okay, perfect. That I'm tracking. I'm vibing. Let's see. I don't love all this. Fine. You know what? This works. This is great. We'll do that. She's got her little pantyhose. We're fine. That'll be at least a good one. I might change some of this off screen. This looks to me perfect for Chestnut Ridge. Let's see. Ooh. And I don't think I'm finding anything that I like better, so we might keep it there for now. What time is it? Yeah, I'm going to want to get on to the build here soon. What's your second? That's fine. I'm good with that. I think Jasper's pretty much perfect. Like, he's got exactly the same vibes that I would want him to. Maybe we change his winter wear to this. Something like that. There's not really a good red swatch. But I think I'm just going to leave him be. I'm going to leave him exactly as he was, because that's all good for me. Now let's go to Chestnut Ridge, and we're going to build what we can. So since we have enough folks here, guys, I want to tell you, I don't know if you guys were able to see it. The video hasn't done particularly well on the channel, so you may have not even had an opportunity to view it. I don't know that YouTube would have told you. But I recently got my first YouTube paycheck. Let's go out here. Yeah, we want to save and go to Manage Worlds. I recently got my first YouTube paycheck. It was teeny tiny, but you guys know of True Blue, yes? He is our sim self of a real life animal who is available for adoption from Fayette County Animal Rescue. He was in Arkansas, but he was actually available remotely. So, whew. Let's go here. Chestnut Ridge. He was available remotely. He's been adopted. So with my first YouTube paycheck, because of you guys' views, and the whole thing is because of you guys' views, what I thought was really appropriate was taking and covering an animal's adoption fee. I want to actually bring up the animal whose adoption fee we ended up covering. Fayette County Animal Rescue. And I'm going to take over the stream just a second for this. I do apologize. One of the only things my girls can do, they can play on the monkey bars, but it isn't encouraged. Oh, they really just play cymbals and build puzzles. Yes. If you haven't noticed, your Sims can play cymbals. Oh, it came with, oh yes, I remember that. Yes. So let's take a look. The animal whose adoption fee we totally covered is called Mimi. She is their oldest. Let's see, volunteer, wish list, sponsor, where am I going? Adoptable animals. Oh, thank you so much, Maddie. So, Mimi is their oldest, both in age and in time that she's been in Fayette County Animal Rescue. She is an 11-year-old, either 11 or 12 years old. She was surrendered, and she has had a really tough time finding a home because she's a senior. Like, look at this beautiful little girl. Like, she's absolutely gorgeous. And I can't believe that she's as old as she is. She's still got pep in her step. She's still looking. She's in a foster right now. And we totally covered, this channel totally covered her $95 adoption fee. And you guys, this last week, Mimi wrote to us. Like, there's I won't put, here you go. There's the postage that we got. She wrote to us, thanking us for covering her adoption fee, letting us know that she is in foster waiting for her home, and that she is so grateful for having that barrier removed. She's actually a dog that when she does get adopted, wait a minute. Why is my battery saver on? What's going on here? It's plugged in. Okay, we're fine. We're okay. That scared the bejeebies out of me. Like, that's cool. Something I'd like to do is make testing and vaccinations for feline leukemia. Yes, my previous cat was a stray and we lost her young in November. Oh my goodness. Yes. So with Mimi is totally covered. That video, I'll have to link it in the description once this stream is done. But that video, anyone who views it, all the proceeds from that video, any kind of monetization I get from that video, is actually going to cover Artemis's adoption fee. She's a tripod dog, so she only has 3 legs. Happy little thing. She's only about 2. Someone shot her, just shot her, and they couldn't save the leg. Her rescue couldn't. So they went through the expense of amputating it and rehabilitating her. She's also in a foster waiting for a home. She's great with kids. So if you get a chance, I've said this in the video, I will never beg for views except for this. This is a big reason why I started the channel. I have a whole nother series that I'm not actively doing right now. Yes, my battery. No, that would have been an abrupt end to stream. How is my battery doing now? That's actually a good question. I think we're fine. I think we're okay. If stream ends, I'm so sorry, but that's what happened. Yes, we're fine. All of our connections are fine. Perfect. But if you guys would do me a favor, if you would do Artemis a favor, and just view the video, share it out. It would have been the last recorded video that I posted in the, on that video screen. All of the proceeds are going to Artemis's adoption fee. It's a big ask for this channel to have one video cover a $95 adoption fee. So any help you could give would be very much appreciated. Okay, enough blabbing. Now, I'm thinking, I thought that was my battery. I'm going to go add the video to the playlist. Oh, thank you. So I can play it on loop when I'm gone or not. Oh, thank you so much, Jacob. They have cats. My sister's looking for an orange cat. They do. They do have cats. If you go, I should link this. If you will find that last recorded video that I did, it has Fayette County Animal Rescue's shelter listed in there, their page. So you can get right to there from that video. They have a ton of animals available for adoption. They are a mobile rescuer. They work with companies that will help to ship the animals by ground, not by air, to different locations. And there's so much great information linked in that video. So definitely go check it out. If Fayette County Animal Rescue does not have the cat that she's looking for, I'm sure that there are a ton in your area that she can look at. Always, if you can, if it works for your family, always consider adoption first. There are so many different kinds of animals in rescue, so many personalities, and they just need it. They need it so bad. And let's see, cat cancer sucks. It really does. As does all cancer. I lost my childhood cat to ear canal cancer. Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry, Alley Cat. Okay, so Chestnut Ridge. I've been playing a lot on this lot, the Red Roan Fields. We could also do Palomino Junction. I do need a bigger lot because I think we're gonna go like old-fashioned church. Like, what am I doing? Let's get out of here. Yeah, we don't need to create a sim. But you guys, I think we're gonna go like old style church. Like grassroots kind of church. I don't know if you guys know, but like the churches in Acts where they met in their homes and they were just very communal. I think that would be how we would want to go. So we'd probably want to have church on our lot. And I think either the Palomino Fields, I think it's called Fields, or the Red Roan Estate lot thing would be a great size. So like, it feels sacrilegious, like demolishing another Simmer's build, because this is perfect. Like, look how perfect this little shanty is. If you're just starting, like, I would have loved to have started in this, but it's just not big enough. It's absolutely not big enough for what we would need. But I was thinking maybe we could have like a house and then a barn and then a church. Where everybody would come, or maybe we meet in the house at first. I don't know exactly the layout, but I was thinking his name was Zoe. Yes, he was a boy. I named him when I was 3, and the cat in my profile picture is modeled after him. That is adorable. What is the name of, okay, so the name of the rescue is Fayette County Animal Rescue. I will put it here. I can't link Fayette County Animal Rescue in Rossville, Tennessee. If I spelled everything right, that's it. So that's Fayette County Animal Rescue. They definitely go check them out. There are so many more ways to get involved than what I would go through in a video or a live stream. They are actually really great at giving options for that. I think this is probably going to be the winner. I know everyone's, what am I doing? I don't want to create a sim. Why do I keep clicking that button? I know everyone's probably sick and tired of seeing this this lot, but it's just so open, and I love the archway that it comes to. Like if you were going to have, I don't know, like it's just like a portal. I think it's a good setup that, like, hey, we moved out, maybe this land is cheaper, maybe, you know, whatever is happening, but look at how the Watcher is blessing us. We have an entire estate. There's not a whole lot around it. So it's kind of secluded. I do love this lot for storytelling purposes. So I think I might use this one. It's also much bigger. So I think we're going to use this one. And I don't know exactly the layout that I'm going for. Maybe I just make like a rundown barn or a rundown farmhouse at first, that they go in and they sort of purchase the lot. Who knows? Tennessee, I don't live there. Yes, no, absolutely. It's definitely if you live in the Tennessee area, like it's a town or something. If you live in or near Tennessee, or if you will go to their adoption, if you live in neighboring states or in that area of the country, then they can bus the animal to you, essentially. So you may be able to. If not, almost everywhere has a local impound or a local adoption agency that you can certainly look for. But even if you wanted to help and you're like, hey, I don't live there, it's not practical for me to even look. I'm not looking to adopt. If you watch that video that I made, then your views are going to be contributing to Artemis's adoption fee. So any revenue that I make from that video that's Artemis's revenue. So definitely go watch let's see here. Alley Cat, Steve was around 9 months old. Oh my gosh, and she insisted on coming in, and we had her for only 2 years. Oh, I'm so sorry. So I think I love these little wildflowers. I kind of want to keep this path intact, but I think I just sort of want to get rid of everything here. Also, in this neighborhood, there is this beautiful couple who I think is very realistic, but they are gay. They're the wine making cup. Words are hard. The wine making cup. The nectar making couple. There we go. I got through that. Whew. And they are very, very close relatively to this lot. They're in the same neighborhood. For realism's sake, I'd like to keep them in. I don't think the Josephs would do anything outwardly mean to them. I don't think they would incite any violence, anything like that. But I just don't want them dealing with like the passive aggressive snubbing just personally. So my thought was to move them, but A, there is no other lot that is the same dimensions, and B, part of me feels like they were here first. So you can deal with it. Okay. Also, did not look into many farmhouses. I do have sort of a layout. I do want one story for everything, because it's sort of a sprawling farmhouse kind of thing. And I do want a porch. I absolutely want a porch. I think we'll start with that kind of basic shape. And then always having let's move her in there. Farmhouses a lot, or at least the ramblers are a lot about symmetry, or at least like the modern day ones. I feel like we could probably Actually, what am I doing? Let's take this and let's duplicate her and just put her there. Yes, absolutely. So just for the nature of how many kids we're going to have, I think it's going to be at least this big. And we're probably going to have 2 stories. But our second story... Oh, no, we're not going to have 2 stories. This is... What am I doing? Hello, I just said we're not. Let's get rid of these ones. These internal walls. And I would like something... Do you have... to fill the lands with Fundie, though? They got to... You have to fill the land with Fundies, though. They have to go... I know, like... Ugh, like, I can't imagine... I feel like, honestly, probably anyone that doesn't, like, get along with their faith is gonna just leave, because they're gonna be like, look, this is not what I signed up for. I do not want to live in the same town with the crazies. They're nice crazies, but, like, they're also kind of mean. So, get me out of here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super conflicted. I don't know how we'll do it. It might be like a gradual sort of moving. Who's going to live there? I don't know. I think that we'd probably be downloading more Fundies from you guys' house. Not the first episode that we get there, because obviously we've got to build interest. We have to pray to the Watcher that if we build it, they will come. All that stuff. All right, so I got to think about what I'm doing here. So this would be the entrance way. Is that right? Is that centered? That is. Okay, good. This would be the entryway. And I think the house would sort of divide. It would divide from out here. Watch the video. Thank you so much, Kaylee. Those animals so deserve it. All of them deserve it. This was actually, Artemis and Mimi were both put forward by their rescue, because I'd reached out to them and they said, these 2 animals could really use it the most because they're the hardest to place. And we might see Artemis and Mimi, pop up in our series. Who knows? Tennessee. Okay, this lighting. Can we... Yes, it's much better. I don't want it to be too nice. That's for sure. I want them to have to sort of... James has a lot of handiness skill. I want him to be able to build it up, Really, really use those hands the Watcher gave him to make something of it. You could keep the boys and girls separate on each side. That absolutely we could. I never know what to do with like the nurseries when I do that kind of play style, or when I do that sort of placement. But we'd figure something out. And I'm going to need a living room, a kitchen. We're gonna need somewhere for the little Fundies to meet for church, and I think it would be appropriate to have it in their house at first, and then maybe they would go and fundraise and they would ask for like donations and loans and stuff to build a separate church but on their property. So this would sort of fill the purpose of like a parsonage. Let's move that in. Oh, still not. Okay. All right. I don't like how that is poking out here. Oh, that's fine. This is like weird though. Can I move this in and not have to... Oh, that's much better. Okay. All right. That's better. Lovely, lovely. So, boys and girls, she's a good sim though. She may not understand it, but she is totally an affirming watcherite. Yes, absolutely. My oldest Fundie daughter grew up into a teen. I'm so happy with how she's turned out. I ended up cheating and gave her the good trait instead of rolling for it. You know what? I think that if your story is like, look, I know what it said that they're supposed to be like evil or a kleptomaniac, but I just don't see that for this sim. I think that it is your prerogative. It is up to you to be able to do that. Now, let's get to the business of a porch, shall we? Let's actually go up 3 steps. This is a cute little arrangement, but I'm going to move it. I wish I could just like group things. That would be cool. Actually, I'm going to move this all the way out here. I need to get on updating those rules because they're very, very blank, and I've played past where those rules are updated to. I keep saying I have to do all these things. I also work full time, so it's tough for me to find time to do that. I'm not a good builder in The Sims. You know what? I was only ever, if I have any skill, it's out of necessity. Because I was like, well, excuse me. Because I had like specific needs for builds, and now the gallery is such a nightmare to navigate. Like, it's just quicker for me to do it. I really feel awful for builders. Like, the update that they did to the gallery is like, I don't know how they're going to recover from that. Barn dominium or farmhouse. You know what? Yeah, absolutely. You know the kind with like the green houses or like the green roofs? I think that's kind of what I have in my head that I'm going for. So we'll see how this turns out. I also wonder if we should be doing, I never like playing with the medium wall heights, but I'm wondering if that's appropriate just because of the scale of the build. I don't know though. I also want a greenhouse. Like I actually want us to do a proper greenhouse this time. Let's copy this and move her to the back and slot her in like a puzzle piece. Yes, amazing. Okay. Now what do I want? I think I want very run-down wallpaper on this. You know what? This might be kind of perfect because I want the Josephs, at least for the first episode, to be like, oh my gosh, this is, we're getting this property for a steal for a reason. Did I miss anything? Hey, Gayton, how are you? So we went ahead and updated our family, or certain members of our family, to make them a little bit more at home in Chestnut Ridge, possibly. Maybe not all of them are going to be in Chestnut Ridge, but, you know, just in case. And now we are building them. Yeah, I think white's kind of perfect for the house style that I'm going for. Now we are building them an abandoned sort of farmhouse to just, I don't know, happen upon, or maybe dad knows someone, maybe one of the church elders hooked him up. I don't know quite the story there, but we're thinking maybe we're going to host church here, like a homemade church. We're going to see James step up, I think, in a big way, and encourage his son to step up in a big way in this property. I think I'm also going to turn off the on the grid stuff. And what is a good, faith community that's not completely fenced in? So only one way in, only one way out. That is Cult Leadership 101. Let's get you moved here. And you maybe moved here? Yeah? Okay. See, it's nice because I'm not building with their funds. So I can just build whatever this is and then I'll adjust their funds to whatever they need to be. Would the eco tiles be good for the roof? They might be. They absolutely might be. Let me take a look at those. I definitely want them to eventually get there. Where's our eco lifestyle tiles? This one actually does solar power and it's green, but I think that just feels so modern for them. We'll have to see where it goes because maybe they could be like high tech. That's kind of perfect. Although it's, do we have like a darker swatch? We do have a darker swatch. But you know, like if you search like farmhouse on Google, like these kind of roof come up. So yes, Kaylee, this was perfect. That's what I mean. The solar ones, they basically made it impossible to use the search function. Yes. Now it pulls every result containing your search term. So like when you search a property name, lane instead of pulling, yes. So if you go into the gallery and you search by like item name, like let's say I wanted to search Red Roan Fields, but I wanted to do renovations. I just want to see what people did with it. And if I type in Red Roan Field Reno, very common term for that. It used to be that it would pull up only things that said Red Roan Field Reno. So you could search by item name and maybe it would take you a lot of scrolling, but you get there. Now, if they've included it in a hashtag, now if it's part of the description, now, like, it's just such a mess. It's such a mess. And I can't, like, not to sound like a princess, but I cannot, with that. I can't deal with it. I think right now what we'll do is like this old roof and then maybe, this is not centered, is it? Did I not center this? Oh, that's going to bug me. We're going to move our building. I hope that they fix the gallery soon because if let's say you're a Sims building channel, that would cripple you. Like people knowing that they can't find your builds. No. Nope. I thought it said this stream was going to be, it did. So originally it was going to be yesterday, but life got in the way. So I had to update it. I typically will tell you in the community tab if that happens, like, hey, you know, stream's going to be different than we thought it was going to be. But not everybody is able to see those. So just, I'll normally let you know, and then I'll change the date of the stream. So yeah, originally it was supposed to be yesterday so that we could still have a Fundie Friday, but it just did not work out that way. Had kiddos coming and going at times where it was just different than we thought it was going to be. So it's like, okay, well, this timeline is not going to work clearly. So I never know what to do with this trim. Oh, that kind of matches. Yeah, that matches. We're going to go with this trim. Just so it's not stark white, you know? And how's our porch going? What are we going to do for our porch? I feel like this has to come out this way then. Like to match. I don't know about that. Maybe we pull it out more on each side. So that the other ones are just sort of hallways. Maybe? I don't know. I also wouldn't consider myself primarily a builder, so like builders would have a plan when they came in and did this. I don't. I do not have a plan. Pull you out here and get you moving. Oh, I think I'm out too far. Yeah, I'm out too far. Okay, great. Perfect. Love that for us. Yeah, I think I like this. All right. I just need to, I think I'm out too far here too. Yes, I am. I think I've got the basic shape of the outside done. I don't want to get too attached to like where windows and stuff are, because like I'll place the floor plan first and then I'll decide where windows are going to go. So this will not be a lot that we're going to have like the electricity on, but for right now, for building, we will. Where's my lighting? There it is. We'll put one here, one here, one here. Yes. Perfect. Get you there. All right. Lovely. Lovely. So, what do I do? Okay, so this obviously has to be the entrance to the front of the lot. This will have to be the entrance to the back of the lot. I feel like this could pretty easily be like an open kitchen and living room area, but then that would leave only this for bedrooms. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that. We can add a couple of bathrooms, which I think I'm going to. And I think I do like the idea of this being off the grid, because the Josephs have to show everybody how you can truly live if you're willing to sacrifice a few things like they are and put the watcher first, you know? And they're going to have the best intentions with this. They're not going to see how judgy this is. To them, it's going to, I think, make the most sense to be like, well, of course, yeah, like, we put the watcher first. We really prayed about it, and we felt like the watcher was leading us this way. And you know what? It worked out. It's coming together. I know, right? I don't know. Let's see. What if you had the newlywed Sims have pets so they can practice parenthood? That would be really cool. I actually think anybody that moves out, I'm just going to give a pet to because I think, you know, there's a pet that will love almost anybody out there. And I think it'd be a really great opportunity to showcase some more, I don't know, just some more pets out there that are looking for homes that could use them. So it's a great excuse. Get everybody all set up. I think that, and it makes it fun for me too. I think they would prioritize the kitchen and living rooms over bedroom space. I do too. The kids wouldn't mind bunking together. That's right. That's right. That is something that Fundie parents are told is an indulgence. Your own room is an indulgence. And, you know, your children, you shouldn't raise your children to expect something like that. They don't need their own rooms. And if you are raising your children to do that, then that puts in place a spirit of pride. And, you know, what do they need all that alone time for, all that alone space for? What are they doing with it? So I think we'll probably do something like this, and I'm not going to overly decorate it on purpose. We got to move a lot of our stuff there. This will probably take a couple of episodes to fully move over. How many? Okay. Just because I'm a little anal, how many tiles are we talking about on this side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's massive, you guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if it's going to take them so long to walk from one area of the house to the next, it's looking like here in about a minute, there's going to be an ad that comes up. Let's see. Okay, so we'll call these like coat rooms. We've got a couple of bathrooms. This can be our kitchen. This can be our bedroom kind of side. I think with it this big, I can give probably a few rooms. I can probably do a few rooms in this way. Let's try to lay that out, shall we? Because I can do probably something like this, like a little alcove kind of. Cats are too independent and free will to be Fundie. Disobedience and insubordination. Yes. Is your Sims family on the gallery? Kelsey, it's not. It is not on the gallery. And I was thinking about how unfortunate that is. So I will put them on the gallery for sure. Let me know when you guys are not seeing ads anymore. Okay. All right. So here. And then, but dogs are hard work. They are. They're such hard work. I think, honestly, I like the idea of cats for a lot of this. I would love to get a cat, like a little barn cat. Wouldn't that be so cute? Okay, we got this one. Should we put a doorway, like a weird doorway here? I think we should. Oh, I think we should. Because, like, this is where the bedrooms are. And maybe we do have like one upper bedroom, like one upper story where mom and dad's room and like the nursery is. I think so. Well, then we don't need all of this space. This is going to be the stream of, oh, maybe we could do it this way. Like that's going to be, this is just me kind of like spitballing. Oh yeah, a basement for nectar making. Okay, I was thinking about nectar making, but how do we feel? I don't know how they feel about nectar as fundies. Like, I haven't had them play with coffee or tea, because I don't think that if there's any caffeine or any stimulant in it, fundies aren't supposed to do it, officially. Now, everybody treats those rules a little bit different. That's a per household kind of thing. But how do they feel about nectar making? Do they feel like it's debauchery or like what would they? Okay. Where do I put stairs? See, this is I'm like for sure not a builder, because a builder would be like, I'm gonna put stairs right, here, right there, right wherever. Maybe stairs can go up here. Well, okay, hold on. Let's lay this out. Let's lay the bedrooms out. This is a massive girls' room. They would need a downstairs bathroom. And that would be fine. Like, we could give them their own bathroom. We could do... So that's kind of their bathroom. This is a little hallway. Then this would be the boys, but I kind of want the boys to have their own bathroom too. Maybe they could get like the small one here. Maybe that could be their bathroom. A lot of real life Fundie groups are against alcohol, so it would make sense for no nectar, but also it would be a cool way to use the new pack features. It really would. They give a lot of money, aka nectar. They do. Nectar making makes just a ton of simoleons. Oh my gosh. What if we were like doing it on the down low? Like, what if that's a dirty little secret? That we reason that it's okay, and that I just spitballing. I don't know if that's the direction that we're going to take it. I can't see Fundies really approving of nectar making. I've seen plenty of Fundie puppy mills, though. Are you kidding? Oh my God, that's horrible. I feel like they wouldn't approve of it, which stinks, but maybe they would sell it. Okay, puppy mills. I know. Please tell me about this, because I just have a whole new reason to be mad. Like... puppy mills. That's horrible. So let's get rid of the roof up here. Let's see if we can place a stairwell, because I do think maybe boys are upstairs, girls and parents are downstairs, because it's a known fact that, brothers get curious sometimes, is the way that they explain that. But that is not an expectation that you should have of a brother in my expectation or in my experience. And I'm just so sorry that any group would have to explain away horrible things that happen to them in that way. Make it juice instead. Oh, you know what? They could do like non-alcoholic. I don't know how we would make that happen though. I don't know. Well, I'll figure it out. Ultimately, any challenge should be about fun. So if nectar making is fun, you are the watcher and you should be, you know what? Here's what they'll do. They'll make nectar for church services, right? And if anyone else would like to support the church by purchasing their nectar, then we could do that, so long as they promise to only use it for religious purposes. And that'll be how they get people in. Ooh, there's also, that also harkens back to the prohibition. Everybody became super religious because churches were some of the only places that were allowed to use alcohol. Yeah, it's weird, and they pop up in the news occasionally for abuses. Oh, that's awful. Do they visit their grandparents? I like sale, but not partake of nectar. Yes, like they could sell it, and they could use it for religious purposes. But the Fundies themselves, they would never do that, they're too pious. But you know what, whatever gets folks in, that'll be like our stepping stone. Yeah, sounds good to me. It's the blood of the watcher. Sure, let's go with it. Yeah, I love how we're like, yeah, that works, whatever. So, all right, let's see. This is not working out the way that I want it to. How? So what I want is for this area to be a second story. Okay. Well, now that I know that, I'll put this back. I'll get rid of this. And we're going to pop this over because we don't need it to do anything else. I'll put the stairwell probably here. And I want the boys up. Yeah, that's perfect. I want the boys upstairs so that mom and dad can hear them moving around, and that way they know everything's on the up and up, and all that. We're going to do some balconies up here. These boys are going to have a grand old time. And where's the nursery? Nursery could be anywhere here, to be honest. Nursery could be this little adjoining room. And then we could have like mom and dad's bathroom here. And then, okay, here's like the public. Here's like, okay. Oh, it's coming together, you guys. Okay. I'm not doing a very good job of intimating it because I'm trying to do this on the fly, but it's coming together. We're trusting the process. I think I can probably move this that away, and I can probably move these stairs that away. How am I getting into the girls' room though? This is now the new nursery. That's fine. And it's going to have a throughway from the girls' room to the parents' room so that either of them can do it, so they can help mom. Yeah, now that I'm not religious, the whole communion equals the blood thing is freaky. Like my parents were just casually telling a child me about eating the blood and body. Yeah. I was raised evangelical, and I still am evangelical, but for us, it's a symbolism thing. To my understanding, what makes it holy in, I'm going to say Catholicism because that's the only exposure that I had to this way of thinking, was that they believed that they were literally, that God was performing a miracle for them every Sunday, and they were literally consuming the body and blood of Christ because that's legit what he said. And I used to be incredibly grossed out by that. And I was like, that's disgusting. But not from a, hey, that's maybe creepy, we don't want to do that, that's harmful to children kind of way. I was raised to pretty much I was raised to think that every religion other than mine was handicapped. So the way that I was raised was that we were so smart and that we had figured it out. And that, like, the movies where people are like, oh, this lost treasure. And this 12-year-old picks up a map and they're like, isn't it like right here? And everyone's like, you're so smart. Nobody else in the history of has ever put these things together like you, little 12-year-old did. Well, that was us in a religion. So for me, it was this very like, oh, well, of course we don't believe because we're better than you. But I never was allowed to say or admit that to myself, because then that would be a sin. That would be pride. So no one ever calls it that. So it was this really weird kind of minefield to walk. What doors do I want to use? Probably cheapo doors. They're going to be replacing them. Eventually, I would love these doors to be it, because that's just a cute little farmhouse thing to me. But we're going to do cheapo doors. I'm going to try to make this as affordable as possible. Pardon. Whew. And we'll go from there. So, perfect. Nursery doors. Where are bathroom doors? I think that this instead is going to be just like a hallway, like a little private hallway. This is their bedroom. Yes. And where's the archway? Let's see. It is overseen to make sure meats kosher. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. If it's a sect that uses nectar in their rituals, then it makes sense that they would make it to ensure that it's up to their standards. I grew up non-wine Fundie and converted to Judaism, but kosher wine is overseen to make sure it meets kosher and it meets it's kosher for Passover. Okay, all right, yeah, absolutely. And what is I've always been curious, like, what are the standards? We'll say like kosher wine. Like, what makes kosher wine kosher and non-kosher wine non-kosher? Like, what is the process that does that? I was raised rainbow doors. Kidding. The Josephs would they would have the rainbow doors and be like, okay, we either need to have to pray to cleanse this, or they would have like an ultimate chip on their shoulders and be like, that's it. We have to do this for the Watcher. We have to reclaim that for the Watcher. Or they'd be like, Satan is in this place. We need to go. Like, either those would be the two reactions. There are no others. And let's see. I was raised Baptist and we weren't allowed to take it if we hadn't been baptized. Yes. And you can't be baptized unless you'd ask Jesus into your heart. So taking communion meant that you were a Christian. And that is like, I go to a church now where communion is just about being in the community of Christ. So if you're going to church, you're allowed to take communion. That's fine. I now will tell my son, Baptists tend to get saved young. They tend to ask Jesus into their hearts young. So what that is it's committing your life to live for God, for God through the power and example of Christ. And in my experience, Baptist kids, because that's what I was raised with, that's all I can speak to. We are very aware of topics like death, afterlife, all that goes with that. And I was aware of this like super, super young. Like 5, I think, I said my prayer. And when I became a parent, I had to hold my... It's not a subject that we shy away from. So I was doing my very best to be as gentle with my son as possible. But around 5, he said the prayer and I was like, oh my gosh, have I scared you? I've scared you. I've made you feel like you have to take care of mommy. And so you need to say this prayer so that if you die, then mommy knows that you're going to be in heaven. Oh my, like all of my own, like trying to take care of my parents came back. So I actually held him off and I was like, you know what? That's wonderful, honey. I'm so glad that you said the prayer and you had me to death special. Let's wait a bit to involve the rest of the church. It's okay. Cause like, I wanted to make sure, like what 5-year-old is like, yes, I would like to dedicate my life to God. I was terrified that I had done something horribly wrong or abusive to my child. It's overseen. If you pay, the demons go away. Yes. Then again, I wasn't allowed. Let's see. You can't be in our club. Let's see. Baptized. We weren't allowed to take it if we didn't baptize. So it was a weird, you can't be in our club, but yes, it was an effective tool for othering. I will tell you that. I get that. I just look at my parents now and I'm like, you believe this was symbolism. So maybe start with that and not just throw 8-year-old me into drinking the blood. Yes, you are a vampire, but also those are against God. So don't believe in them. But like you're kind of doing it. Yes, very contradictory stuff. It's overseen very strictly to ensure it isn't contaminated by bugs. Any tree forbidden like pork or shellfish. Okay, there's other stuff to it, and then the kosher for Passover is even. Oh, so that's even a higher standard of kosher. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And to be honest, kosher to me sounds like why aren't we strictly, overseeing things to make sure that there's not like bug stuff in our food? Like that just seems like a healthier way to eat. If you're going to get something that is produced in a way that you weren't there to see it, like to me, that just sounds like, I don't know, the way we should be doing it. Maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know. But that sounds, I've looked into a couple of things about like, okay, what makes kosher kosher? And I was like, well, it must be something that I'm just not, I wasn't raised in the faith. So it makes sense that it wouldn't come naturally to me. How I thought these were the same dimensions. Math is hard. Math is very hard. Guys, how did I do this? How did I mess this up? I hate that I can't get a dead on view. Okay. Go away. Would it be... Is it farmhousey if they have like an overhanging porch? Like I don't think... Okay, well we'll put it here for now. I don't know that having the porch would be like necessarily farm, but it's okay. It's been kind of modeled and crafted over the years. Maybe there's a few different influences in it. And this is where it ended up now. Lucifer said, I'm Christian. I am too. Yes. When I was 10, I became a Christian. I got baptized 3 days after my 11th birthday. Oh, wow. Like in my experience, that happened like really quickly. Like I said the prayer. I had an interview with the pastor. So the pastor wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing. But I'd been raised in the church, so I knew what the adults wanted me to say. I don't think they tried to manipulate me at all. And I think maybe the pastor was like, I think she's maybe just telling me what I want to hear. But he agreed to baptize me. But yeah, what a tough road to walk as an adult, to be like, I understand the implications of what she's saying, like the depths of all of this. But I don't think she's lived enough years on this earth. She hasn't suffered. She hasn't done enough to be like, I'm turning away from my old self. Like, I'm so sorry you yelled at your mom when she said to pick up the Cheerios. Like, yes, that is a sin, but like, do some stuff first. I can't swim either, Allie. Oh, I also can't swim. So when I was baptized, I didn't go fully under the water. Oh, thank goodness. People treated me so badly because I didn't do it right. Are you joking? I was just thinking like, oh, what a loving thing that your pastor did to be like, look, there's this, okay, if you guys were not raised religious, or you're not religious anymore, or you weren't raised evangelical, or that you had to be baptized, there's this whole drama in the church about whether you can just get by with a sprinkling, whether it needs to be full submersion, like your whole body has to go under, like as if God was so small, right? If you believe in a God, right? You believe in this all-knowing, ever-present, always on being, who can do anything at any time. Goodness knows, if every hair on your head didn't get submerged, if all of your cells did not hit water, then that ties his hands, you know? Like your heart is for him. You wanted to, but you know, I'm so sorry. You didn't go fully under. I don't see you. Like, are you serious? Kosher is different for Jewish sects. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's about like baptism is not the same for all Baptists. That's we all have our things. And then I was baptized as a baby, which I suppose now I'm fine with, because by the time a lot of kids are baptized, I was going to have some weird belief conversations with my parents because I became an atheist fast. Well, you know, at least it gave them some peace of mind, you know? If, you know, you grow up to not have a faith, it's like, well, that literally did nothing. Like, if it made you guys feel better, then whatever. Like, yeah, I just look for the, I'm going to butcher this. I'm so sorry. Hechsher, where possible, and do my best. It's difficult to get a lot of kosher food here, so I mostly keep kosher style. What is that? And now I'm gay, so I joke it's because they didn't submerge me because I'd opened my eyes in prayer. Yes. You know what? I mean, goodness knows you can catch your sexuality like a cold. And that is all beyond just this. I'm gonna get myself banned on YouTube. Part of me wondered, and the long and short of it is that I am 100% not educated enough. I did not go to seminary. I don't use any of the same resources that they do. They get amazing educations. There's all sorts of resources that they have that we don't have. Just as normal, like everyday parishioners. I don't feel like I'm educated enough to have a channel based on like, hey, so does anyone know what's going on in the church today? And like all the history that went into it and like why we view women the way that we do, and or like one possible reason why we view women the way that we do, and then how that really interprets how we view the Bible. And oh, by the way, not only is the Bible written over many centuries and many different languages and many different cultures, it has also hopped languages since it was completed and compiled, and cultures and decades and like centuries. So really, in order to read the Bible correctly, you need to be reading it from the perspective of first century Jew. Like, so let's ask more questions about what that was like, instead of splitting hairs about about whether full submersion is a thing. Like I don't have to have negative thoughts on going back on my baptism and religion because I didn't choose it in the first place. That's true. Like, it's as someone who grew up Baptist and who still holds a lot of those, at least salvation beliefs, true. I differ on quite a lot. I don't think other Baptists would be like, oh yeah, she's a Baptist. But at least some of the salvation beliefs, if you were to ask a Baptist, like, hey, I got baptized as a child, am I saved? The Baptist would go, well, that has to do with your personal decision in your relationship. So it's a nice comforting thing that your parents did, but that didn't get you any closer to heaven if you should die. Like, Baptists believe in something called an age of reasoning. And I think a lot of Christian religions do. At least my subculture of Baptists believe that that's different for everybody. That, for some people, it's just whenever a child can conceptualize that, hey, this is what sin is. Yes, I did a sin. Yes, it's wrong and I did it anyway. And this is who God and Jesus are. And this is why it's a bad thing when I sin. So when they can conceptualize all that, then they lose, like anyone who dies before they come to their age of reasoning doesn't need to be saved. They had already had protection, is what we're taught. And then after their age of reasoning, which is different for everyone, so it makes it super scary, if they were to die after that point and they had not made a decision to follow Christ and asked him into their hearts, well, then they'd be going to the fiery pits of hell. Yep. So that's a personal decision that you make. Your parents can't have good enough faith to get you into heaven. You can't go to the right pastor or preacher. This is a specifically between you and God thing. That I still hold on to. That I still feel that I find sufficient evidence for going back as historically accurate as I think I can be. I don't know though. I was baptized in the church around 11. The pastor had me hold on to his arm and covered up my mouth and nose for a quick dip. When I converted, I had a mikvah, which is ritual immersion as well. Oh, that's really cool. That's so cool. Like, what is the color theme for the house? That's a good question. I think color theme, I think it's going to be a lot of woods, because I like to imagine that I'm not going to keep all these windows here. I'm just placing them for like scale. I like to imagine that the Joseph's hand make a lot of things, because the reality of this lifestyle is that, look, you don't have a lot of money. Like you just never will. Unless you do something like become reality stars for Jesus, so like you're just not going to have a lot of money to go out and buy a lot of commercial things. And there's a whole doctrine set around making you feel better for that, making you feel righteous about it so that you don't question it. And let's say you're newly married as a Fundie, right? You are expected to get married pretty much as early as you can, as soon as the watcher, I'm going to say watcher, or as soon as God has revealed your spouse to you. You court for a period of, say, 6 months, 3 months, however short, and then you are married as quickly after that as you can, because these kids are not allowed to have any kind of sexual expression. They're repressed, and the worst thing that a Fundie parent is expecting is that their kids wouldn't be pure when they walk down the aisle, and that would doom their marriage forever. Forever. Like, it's over. And it would doom their children. So if Gothard had a lot of like obviously really crazy things, but one of his teachings was that you could inherit the sins of past generations. He thought that alcoholism took a certain amount of time to essentially get out of the system of a family, that it took like, it's like 5 generations or something. So if you were alcoholic, then you would be dooming your children to struggle with alcoholism for, the next 5 generations. So they would not want you to, and it's all this very performative stuff, right? So if you were to woohoo with your significant other before the wedding day, well, then the reason that all of your generations might have impure thoughts would be blamed on you. However many generations back you were, that would be your fault. And it would almost definitely be the woman's fault. Almost definitely. We need more windows. Shall we? Let's is my husband, so everyone say hi to him. Yes, Fundie influencer would be great. Could be a mommy vlogger. Oh gosh, yes. Very, well, she couldn't be a mommy vlog. Well, she could. In today's world, she could. She could be a mommy vlogger, but I think Michelle Tucker kind of was the pioneer in that. She wrote all sorts of parenting books and homeschooling conventions and all sorts of things were the way that she peddled that. So I think we definitely need one in the family that might be in later generations. But notice how Michelle never goes anywhere without her husband. What do we do for this? We'll kind of do like the rundown inside of the house. Perfect. We'll just slap some stuff up. I don't know the story of who left when or what, but we'll just say that they had to leave in a rush, or maybe someone passed away. They thought that their farm, their ranch was going to flourish, but it didn't. Look at these guys. And by the time it was all done, there just wasn't much left. It's very sad, all that. Okay, perfect. That's what I'm going for Gen 2. Mommy Fundie blogger, yes! Oh, are you going to make anyone a Fundie influencer? That would be fun. You know what? I would love to. Honestly, I had thought about, James doesn't give me, like, he can give me preacher vibes. That's fine. But, like, I don't think that he would want cameras in his house. I don't think he's that far gone. I think that probably, I don't think even that Jasper would. I think, you know what I think? I think that Plummy could. I think that Plummy would love to do that, to televise her judgments. I think Plummy would eat that up. To be honest with you, she'd be like, "Oh no, it's for the glory of the watcher." Well, if you use the church nursery, it's because you don't love your kids. I could just hear it from her. All right, so these are just placement holders for windows. I'm not thinking really about using them here. There are a bunch of Fundie mommy bloggers on TikTok. Oh, no. See, I don't understand how they get away with this, because they're not supposed to be seeking out the evils of, what do you call it? They're not supposed to be seeking out the evils of like social media. They're supposed to be, well, it's a cult. Of course. They need to be popularizing, I guess, or evangelizing the cult, because the cult is dying. And they are just desperate for any kind of money. That actually makes a lot of sense. So what I'm going to do, I think I've got everybody's stuff. I don't know what this is going to be. This is an awful big spot for just the boys' bedroom. Maybe we can do probably a bathroom up here. We're probably going to have to do a bathroom. And I think that's it. I think that's all I want. That and then the bedroom. Maybe we could do like a little boy's room, but I don't think we'll need that much. Also, I would love this to be where our heir lives. Like, this is like a multi-generational home, but knowing the Sims are going to come out with another pack, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know what this little room is. Oh my gosh, I do know what that is. That's a prayer closet. We're gonna have prayer warriors go up to the prayer closet, and this, you know what, if I was going, and I won't, but if I was going to be depicting spanking or just something like that, corporal punishment, this would be the corrections room. That would happen. That's what would happen. But we're not doing that because I don't want to click those buttons, to be honest. Like, I don't have a better reason. I just don't want to click the buttons that depicts childlike anything getting beat. You can claim ignorance. And honestly, like, I was raised by folks that, spanking wasn't child abuse. It was just a parenting style. So, I mean, that's all well and good, but I don't think anyone would argue that the way the Fundies were told to do it, I don't care what area you're in, that was not okay. Like, that was creepy. Let's see. Oh man, the Fundie urban homesteading, simple life LARPing. Raw milk, it's bananas. Oh my gosh. Rules for thee, but not for me. It's the Fundie way. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, Eldridge. Well, you see, you couldn't handle that because your heart's not as pure. My heart is, and, I'm really taking a spiritual bullet for you. So, you're welcome. Don't forget me in your prayer times. If you could really just pray for my strength so that way, if I fall, I can make you feel like you're a little bit a part of that problem. Because, yep. I remember when, I was young and, the Duggars just seemed to have it all together. From a parental standpoint, right? Like, you are a parent and you parented in the 80s and late 90s and nobody understands. And it really seems like everybody is turning away from faith, and you don't want that for your family. You're terrified for that for your kids. The Duggars really seemed to just have it. And they were this beacon of hope. And there was a bajillion of them. Like, I was not raised, like, my family was fine with birth control. No quarrels, no qualms for it. Our answer was that, look, if Mary could have a baby and she wasn't even woohooing, then if God wanted me to have a son or a child, it would be no thing to just pop one in there. So I can't control how many kids God gives me. What I can do with birth control is control myself. Like, that's all I could do. That was my family's answer to birth control. But I remember going to my mom and saying, like, something doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel to me like it's a blessed way to live. And I couldn't put my finger on it, and no one else really could, but they were really held up as like, oh, see, here's these good Christian folks who are really fighting the good fight and standing up for the faith. And I remember sermons, not on how to live like the Duggars. They never named them, but it was just really, you knew who they were talking about. You just knew. And I was like, I don't think that we should be doing this. Like, this doesn't feel good to me. And being told that, hey, I know they have a bajillion kids, but they can pay for them all. Because that's a really big thing too. You can't have debt as a Fundie, or really any kind of political, religious, anything. And they were like, well, as long as they don't have debt and they're not having the government pay for them, and they're not, who am I to say how many kids anyone can have? And yeah, that's true. Absolutely. How very enlightened of you. Except that you do tell so many people how to do things. Like, this is not okay. All right, this is massive. This is so big. Okay. Can we put I don't like the angles of this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's a little bit better. This feels like it needs something up here to balance it. But let's go down and just put in our necessities. So normally we would have like kitchens pre-made. That would come with the house, and any plumbing would come with the house. And then everything else they're on their own for. Like bringing in furniture and stuff like that. So let's do that. 1 like equals 1 prayer. Yeah, just watch some girl defined and I can't. And you will quickly see how the excuse for social media is having yeah, from what I understand from watching Shiny Happy People, they do it to try to get new people. Yes, and there are definitely different standards for those who have a camera in their face than for those who are really towing the line. And that's not to say that the influencers aren't absolutely struggling and suffering. They are. Like, you can't get in. This isn't a have your cake and eat it too kind of thing. If you're in this lifestyle, then there's irreparable damage happening. That's just going on. That's just happening. But the Duggars are a great example of that. Like, yes, they got a lot of fruits for it. They got a lot of like benefits for completely like putting their kids all over the internet, and they really thought that they were just sharing their faith and all of this, or if they're to be believed, but like, look at what happened to their family. None of the sins of that faith or cult got hidden. It just gave us all of these decades of evidence. Like, I would just never. If someone was like, hey, Erin, did you want to monetize your faith and put it out there for, we're going to show the intimate details of this and use it as a recruiting tool? I'd be like, absolutely not. No. Not with a 10-foot pole. Pay for them all, not by paying their kids. Yep. That was earned. Yep. No. Yeah. The government didn't pay for the kids. The entertainment industry did. That's what happened. Before the shows, before the interest pieces, before, they were not paying their bills. They were living in this impossibly tiny house, and they were populating that house with more kids and going, well, God will provide. And I am somebody that absolutely believes in my faith and a God that does provide. I will tell you that. But sometimes God says no is a belief of mine, and you can't just go, well, I don't want to hear that, so I'm just going to keep going and just force you to provide. Like, that's, I don't know. Like, it's hard to intimate it, like, what I really feel like the problem is. Should we do like a galley kitchen? I feel like, maybe it's a cheaper way to live. Maybe this is like cheaper land up here. I don't know. Okay, so they've got like a little island. That's fine. And then we're going to have like a big old table, for prayer meetings, all that. This is how they'll justify it. We're taking out loans for the Lord, or maybe they're taking up collections to go start a satellite church somewhere from their congregation, and that's what paid for this property initially. Maybe that's how it's played. So we need to do. I'll fix the windows later. This is off the grid. Yes, it is off the grid. Let's put that lot challenge on. Simple living. And where's off the grid? There it is, off the grid. Perfect. Wouldn't that be funny? If I put on Quake Zone and every time the ground shook, they would, oh man, I could think of so many horrible things. Every time the ground shook, they'd be like, someone's sinning. We got to find the sin. Or like maybe they think that that's me talking to them. Maybe I won't keep it on. Maybe, but it's a fun story idea. Because absolutely natural phenomenons are explained by God's anger, not a system that he set up to work. No. It's God directly communicating with you about a thing you did. So you'll need candles for lights. Yes. Quakes! Absolutely. Sometimes God will provide, be giving you a job or opportunity or a stream of income. You shouldn't just sit around and wait. I know. Okay, quake, yes. So you'll need candles. Yes, I will need candles for lights, so I'll have to replace those. Right now, what I'm doing is cheating, and just for lighting purposes, I'm putting in the other ones. But yes, we'll need candles. I think we're going to need candle making stations. We're going to have enough helping hands. I don't see why we can't make all of that happen. And what the kids don't do will fall to mom. That's not even a question. To be fair, James is very handy. I do think the candle making would probably fall to him. But I don't know. Let's see. There's a cottage living one. Sink. There's this one. Oh, I love those. Maybe instead of these like Western ones, maybe I do country kitchen. 'Cause that would be so cute in here. Oh, and rustic. I kind of want to. That's adorable. Or that really bothers me that the swatch doesn't match. Like they did not give us a matching sink. But that's okay. That's okay. I'll just pop in a sink. Wait, no, I can't, because none of the freestanding, like none of the sinks that you just slot in are off the grid. I can't do that. Poop. All right, it's a country kitchen kind of kitchen. That's it. I refuse to have a mismatched swatch somewhere. Thank you. That is against the watcher. I'm deciding. Thank you so much, Luce, for popping in, for hanging out. I am probably going to have to end stream pretty soon, if I'm being honest, because we got a kiddo to get in bed, and I've been streaming a while, but it's just so fun to talk to you guys. Excuse me. Oh, it was right. Okay. And on a semi-related note, how many other people's families went through a sunflower and/or rooster kitchen? Mine. Oh my gosh. Yes. My mom loves barns. She loves barns. And my grandmother was completely about roosters. I don't know why. I don't think she's ever lived on a farm. She just loved them. She loved decorating in them. And then my mom did barns, and she had Franciscan apple dishes that we used as like our nice dishes, but they weren't ever china. She wasn't into china. Well, now this makes me want to do a different fridge. Food storage. I feel like we've all had such similar experiences. I feel so seen with you guys. They did apples too. We had apple wall decor. Yes. Sorry, I've been quiet. I'm enjoying the stream so much. You know what, Kaylee? It is just you can sit back and just watch us all. That is fine. Stream's been going on a while. I will have to get going. I'm going to need to finish this before I film next. But this is giving me great, like absolutely great starting blocks to be able to do this. So let's see. We've got, is there country? Yes, this one. Oh, this is the one I want. I don't know how I'm going to orient the kitchen quite yet. Like I don't know all the details of it, but this has given me such great starting blocks to go from. And I am really glad that you guys were along with it, because just talking about all of this stuff and everything that this property is going to have to do and keeping it front and center. I do love the option for nectar making. So I'm going to sneak in a basement somewhere. I don't know, but we'll get that done. That may be something that they dig out. Although that wouldn't happen from a foundation perspective in real life, but it's The Sims. We can plan that later, you know? So what I'm going to do, we've had, like I said, we've had a little bit of a preview, and thank you guys so much for any views that you've been able to have on that video, any views that you have in the future on the video. Mimi, thanks you so much for the views that you've already contributed to be able to contribute to her adoption fee. Like I said, any views on that most recent video that I did, I'll link it in the description of this stream below. After the stream ends, is going to Artemis's adoption fee. So y'all, thank you for hanging out with me this Saturday night. Thank you for going with me through the stream time changes. I will go ahead probably and sign off here. I'll finish the rest of this off stream, and then you will see it in the next episode of the Fundie Baby Challenge. Yes, we'd love a Discord. It's in the works. It's in the works. I will let you guys all know when it is able to go live, and we can all swap like our Fundie, plays or playthroughs. Goodness, we can swap our Fundie saves. We can swap our Fundie like experiences growing up. Oh my God, it was so fun. So keep an eye out for that as well. I'll announce it probably on the community tab, and I might mention it in a video whenever it starts to go live. So thank you guys. I will go ahead and sign off, and you guys have just a wonderful night and a great Sunday tomorrow. Bye.